Have you ever want to be the greatest at something? Okay, like to be the best. And, I can think back when I was, getting into pitting race cars, and, I set some very high goals for myself. I wanted to pit in the Cup Series, but for a good team in the Cup Series. And I myself wanted to be the greatest. Like I wanted to have the fastest times around the car and all these different things. And, many times we look and we're like, I want to be the greatest at that, at this or at that. Well, in Luke chapter 22, the disciples are having this conversation and they're really arguing about who is going to be the greatest among them in God's kingdom, okay, which is very interesting. And so they're having this conversation, and it says a dispute broke out among them about who would be the greatest in God's kingdom, okay? But Jesus goes on to say, but not so with you. Rather, let the greatest among you become the youngest, and the leader as the one who serves. You see, to be greatest in God's kingdom, you have to be the most humble servant that you can be. See, it's backwards from culture. It's backwards from trying to be the best pit crew member that you can be, or in American business trying to be the most successful you can be in your company, or make the most sales or the fastest times or all those things. Those things are fine. Listen, there's nothing wrong with those, but I want us to understand to be the greatest in God's kingdom oftentimes means being the least and the most humble servant that you can be on this side of heaven. I mean, the greatest in the kingdom may not be the pastor or the preacher who's preaching at the largest church, okay? It may not, or probably isn't even someone who's in full-time ministry as a vocation. It's probably going to be the lowliest, most humble servant who's doing nothing for his own self-promotion, but is doing every little single thing, even to the depths of the innermost place of his heart, for God's kingdom. It's humility and serving. Let God be the one who exalts the humble, as the scriptures say. So if you want to be the greatest in God's eyes, be a humble servant of Him, His word, and His kingdom. So be humble today, serve God, and have an awesome day. God bless you guys.